I'm Steve Johnson, News Director of theDove TV. Watch more videos from the Dove Newsroom at theDove.us. Good morning, I'm Steve Johnson with a reminder to get our app on your smartphone or tablet. You can also watch the Dove on our website or on our Roku channel. Well, students at Umpqua Community College returned to classes Monday, less than 2 weeks after a mass shooting on campus. Members of the community rallied in a show of support for UCC students. The idea came from a discussion organizer Diana Knaus had with a friend after church. She says the response was phenomenal.
Everyone I called stepped right up and did more than I could have ever asked. And next thing I knew, there was like 4,000 likes on Facebook, and the event turned out amazing.
Governor Kay Brown spoke at the onset of the day of classes, saying that the community is strong and resilient and will provide the students and staff with the support they need. A wave of violence between Israelis and Palestinians has escalated. Today, 2 Palestinian men boarded a bus in Jerusalem and began shooting and stabbing passengers, killing 2 people. One of the attackers also was killed. In a nearly simultaneous attack, another assailant rammed his car into a bus station before stabbing bystanders. 1 person was killed. Since the Jewish New Year last month, 8 Israelis have been killed and dozens wounded in a shooting, stoning, and at least a few series of stabbings. At least 27 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli fire. There's a report that Russia has increased their airstrikes in Syria as government and allied troops push out insurgents in the same area. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says 30 airstrikes were reported, while government troops and Lebanon's Hezbollah fighters entered from the south. In the last 6 days of ground operations, government troops have moved in on 2 villages in eastern Hama, a third on the plain area, while activists say rebels seized 1 village in the south. Well, what do Humpty Dumpty, the 3 little pigs, and Hansel and Gretel have in common? Well, financial planning, of course. It's the premise financial planner Joe Spurgeon has used in his book, Everything I Learned About Financial Planning Came from Fairy Tales. After reading to his young daughter, Spurgeon realized there were economic principles underlying those fairy tales. They're examples he uses because he says financial planning can simply be boring.
I think so many people look at my job or, someone that does their taxes or things like that, and they just think, oh, numbers, I don't want to have anything to do with that. But when you put it to them in a story, I think it is something that they can say, okay, that's something that I need to do in my life to make things better.
By the way, Spurgeon says Hansel and Gretel is about family hardships and parents understanding their responsibility when starting a family. And Humpty Dumpty concerns determining how fragile your finances might be. His book available at Amazon.com. Let's take a look now at what we can expect on the weather scene, and pretty clear skies for the next few days. For Northern California and Wairika, into the low 90s and upper 80s until it cools down on Saturday with a high of only 70 and a slight chance of rain. Moving into the Klamath Basin, sunny for the next few days, highs in the mid-80s, then perhaps only 63 on Saturday with a 70% chance of rain. As we head along the Oregon coastal area, 73 today, 76 tomorrow and sunny, then only 71 Thursday and Friday. Good chance for rain on Saturday with a high of 63 degrees. In the Bend area of central Oregon, 78 today, 79 tomorrow and sunny skies. Clouds coming in on Thursday with temperatures cooling down to 74 and then only 64 on Saturday with a good chance for rain. And for southern Oregon, 88 today, up to 92 on Thursday, 88 on Friday, then only 71 degrees on Saturday, and we've got a 20% chance of rain, lows into the low 50s. That's a look at news and weather right here on the Dove.